What is up, everyone? My name is Socrates11, and today we are back with a team building video. This is something I don't like doing, but what I've seen in the past, or what I've seen on Twitter, on social media, etc., is that people really seem to like these kind of videos. What this is me doing a team analysis video, so a specific video for the team analysis. What I did last week was just a short overview of all the mons I have and will use, and what I'll do this week is just make two separate videos. This video is being recorded before the actual battle happens, but will be played, broadcasted, whatever, after the battle has occurred. So, without any further ado, this week, our week one went really well. However, it didn't go the best of all because ShamRock Snovers did better. They won their week 1 6-0, and that's kind of ridiculous. I have to admit, it was also kind of the opponent to blame because he let Manaphy set up the +6 with the Rain Dance up. So that was terrible. It was Hill Glow, Rain Dance, Manaphy, and he just destroyed with it. So yeah, I mean, you got 6-0 with that because nothing on his team would speed it apart from Mega Absol, but Mega Absol wasn't Mega yet and only did 50% with a Sucker Punch, and then just it started to continue its rampage. Hope you can't hear the sirens outside because that would be kind of annoying. However, so I started building for this dude, right? So he did really well, did exceptionally well. I don't know, I've never seen him play. And then I saw play him live, and I kind of shot my pants because he won 6-0. Kind of understandable, I guess. So, but looking at his team, Mega Ampharos, Manaphy, Klefki, Darm, P2, Hitmontop, Swallow, Skarm, Celebi, Dreadigon, and Garbodor. I'm not too convinced by his lower tier picks, being Garbodor and Swallow. I usually only draft one tier 5 mon because they always have this one specific thing and or role that they can do, and if they don't fit against the opponent, which is quite often, then it just doesn't work. So I decided not to. I don't think. What's my tier 5 Pokemon? My tier 5 is Stoutland, so it has already, but that's because it really fits on my team and doesn't really feel like tier 5, especially with Sand Up. But I have 2 Sand Setters, as you can see right here. I've been talking for 3 minutes and we haven't seen a single set yet. But we're gonna go Heliolisk, and Heliolisk, I mean, I can run Sandfill because immunity or immunity Sandstorm and evasiveness, but he has a Manaphy. And if that isn't argument enough to run Dry Skin, then I don't know what is. But looking at his team, right, the first thing I noticed from his team was plain and simple that he doesn't have an electric immunity. He has a lot of things that can resist that. In fact, he has only 2 things that can resist that. It's Mega Ampharos and that's Celebi. But so I decided to just full switch the first move. Helios with full switch was the first thing I chucked on here. Me being unable to outspeed Swallow, I decided to speed creep the next fastest thing, and that would be Celebi and or Manaphy. So base 100s hit 229 speed, and base, well, so 229, so I needed base 330, or I just needed 330 speed. Rest of it, I chucked in HP, and then I went with max special attack. I have a Zap Blade because I want to kind of bluff a Scarf, and I wanted to put out some extra-ish damage. So he can maybe tell if I'm a boosting item or not, but maybe he thinks I'm like Scarf when I go for a T-Ball. He switches in Celebi, and then I just catch him off guard with a Signal Beam. And the only reason Signal Beam is there is because Celebi, and that's the only reason I really need. But I can Volt Switch on anything unless it's like Scarf Darm, but I have 2 checks for that, being defensive Slowking and being Rocky Helmed Hippo. Because Darm will kind of blow itself up, even though I would really like Hippo in this matchup because it also fares well against Swallow, Dreadigon, and Garbodor. But we'll get to Hippo after we get to this next threat, because, well, you know what Helios does right now, because it just full switches and everything, and it's faster than every non-Scarfer apart from Swallow. And I'm not particularly fussed about Swallow because once again I have Hippo, Slowking, and T-Tar. Next mon we have is Shaman, and I am scared out of my ass for Manaphy, as everyone ever should be. So I decided to go with max speed, and I decided to go with this in special attack because if he is a fast Manaphy, then he's more than likely going to be max speed. I'm assuming him to be fast Manaphy. Then he's more than likely going to be max speed, and then probably max special attack as well. So if he brings the set that I bring, then this special attack investment is enough to kill him with a Seed Flare. And he cannot take me out if he's not +3 with an Ice Beam. So maybe I should put Yachi Berry on there, but I feel Leftovers is generally better because this is also a Mega Ampharos switch in. As that is just going to be really good. Kind of my only Mega Ampharos switch in as well, but I've rest Toxic, Earthbound, and Seed Flare. I've rest on this because I can get it really low, back to full, take one hit, and then just switch out. Because since I have Natural Cure, it is going to be awake and at full at the next turn, so I'm not too fussed about that. But Seed Flare is going to put in a massive shift. Earth Power is going to probably do well because the only reason Earth Power is there really is Klefki plus Mega Ampharos, and the rest of it doesn't really do that much. I could put HP Fire on there, but as you'll see, I have fire coverage out of the ass on this team apart from the first 3 mons I showed you. So what I decided to do is just try and damage the Hitmontop or Porygon and get residual damage on that, maybe even Ampharos. Possibly even Druddigon if I want to, if that really becomes necessary. So that's why I went with Toxic, and I already told why I went with Rest. So the next mon I went with kind of checks the remaining stuff apart from Darm. It's kind of there for Darm as well. I'm just gonna change this thing to Leftovers because that just feels a lot safer. I have a bit of speed because this allows me to outspeed no speed Druddigon, because Druddigon is like base 49 speed. I'm not sure, but it hit 133 and I at 130, so I decided to go with 134 speed. So it doesn't really matter, it doesn't really do that much. But it's max defense Hippo, it's max HP, max defense, because what I want this thing to check is like, well, I wanted a ground type to prevent Mega Ampharos from volt switching freely as well, because it does slow volt switch and it does nasty stuff to my team in general. And then I wanted to like check Klefki as long as I scout for Toxic. I wanted to check Darm, I wanted to check Swallow, I wanted to check Skarm, Druddigon, and Garbodor, which this set completely does. I mean, I have Whirlwind, and I can just set up Stealth Rocks, add a lot of pressure to his team. He has one good D-Fire and one good Rapid Spinner, being Hitmontop, being Skarmory. But I'm not too fussed about those in general, because I feel like I have checks for those. Moving on, we have Slowking, and Slowking feels like a bit of a win con. I mean, if it's Calm Mind Manaphy and Heliolisk dies, then this thing takes it on completely, because I'm Calm Mind Psyshock, and that destroys every Calm Mind Manaphy set ever. Unless he's like Mono Energy Ball, and then I still like to believe that I can take it on. So it doesn't fare well against Mega Ampharos, but it's my Darm switch. It has Regenerator. It fares well against Skarmory. Fares well. I can get off a Flamethrower on a Celebi switch and maybe forcing it to recover and actually gauge damage on that, so I can know what kind of set this is. Do big damage to Garbodor. Do big damage to Druddigon with a Psyshock and potentially set up on those. Probably Druddigon has the Godly Dragon Tail. I really would have liked Scald, but this is optimal coverage for his team because it kills everything, really. Next off, we have T-Tar, and I'm really thinking that this guy is going to bring Porygon 2 in our matchup, and I will set up in its face. I'm gonna set up a sub, in Sand, his Tri-Attack, Ice Beam, Discharge will all be like 3-hit KOs on my substitutes. With this specific investment, that's why I have 36 in Spadef, because that's why I put the remaining in Spadef, because that would make a 3-hit KO out of something. I can't remember what that was instead of a 2-hit KO. So that's better. This amount of speed, +1 allows me to outspeed Swallow, so that's why this specific speed is there. It's max attack, and then we have Dragon and Rock Slide because I compared Rock Slide to Stone Edge, and Stone Edge doesn't really have any specific benefit damage roll wise over Stone Edge, while Rock Slide is a bit more accurate, so that's why I went with it. Then we have Fire Punch, which is mainly there to hit Skarmory, to hit Celebi. This could be a late game cleaner, and this could also be like a mid game, okay, I'm going to bludgeon your team as much as I can kind of thing. And then last but not least, we have Crobat, which is my main Hitmontop check, and I really, this guy has hazards through the roof, because he has Toxic Spikes, he has regular spikes, he has access to Stealth Rocks, so that's why I really wanted Crobat. Doesn't get damaged by the Toxic Spikes, and then it outspeeds the majority of his team. This is enough speed to outspeed Swallow. This is enough investment to two-hit KO. Max HP Skarmory, not max def, just max HP. And then this Heat Wave with this specific 104 investment would guarantee 2-hit KO, a physically defensive max HP Skarmory with leftovers. Then I decided to just throw the remainder in HP. I really want an odd number, that's why I'm doing this right now. Maybe I should just put one away because it doesn't really matter at this point. And I have Sludge Bomb there because it hits everything on his team really hard, apart from Klefki and Skarmory, and those who don't like taking heat waves. Klefki doesn't have good recovery, reliable recovery. Skarmory does, but I just take on Skarmory really well because it's a free switch to Heliolisk, it's a free switch to Slowking. And as soon as it's Brave Bird and doesn't have Whirlwind, then T-Tar spits in his face, and I will set up on that as well. So this is going to be the team: Zap Plate, Heliolisk with full switch, Signal Beam for Celebi, Shaman, because Seed Flare kind of wrecks his team, and I'm really scared of that Manaphy. We go with Hippo with Stealth Rocks, Earthquake, Whirlwind, Slack Off because I don't want some things to set up, or something sometimes you just want to get rid of things, and that's why I have Whirlwind on her. Psyshock, Flamethrower, Calm Mind, Slack Off because 24 special tag allows me to 2-hit KO Def Skarm with Flamethrower without any boost. And then we have Tyranitar Heart, which is just going to do great as well, I believe, against this specific team. Look at this attack stat, over 400 attack, and then I start boost, and then I haven't even started boosting yet, so that's kind of ridiculous. And now we go with Crobat, which is a special variant. Never used special Crobat in my life, but I'm sure it will do fine in this matchup. That'll be it for today. If you like these kind of team analysis, I'm not particularly good at them. I will get better at them over time, because I don't like talking about a specific team for 15 minutes straight. Especially when it's a league battle and I have to do that every single week. But if you like this, let me know in the comment section. If you think, well, a quick preview of your team before the match, that would also be fine for me. So let me know that in the comment section, and that's gonna be it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.